Okay, that's working. And that's working. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Well, how do I know? Oh. I think. I think that's working. It is working. Oh, hi. Hi, Sun Eater. It's me. It's me. Oh, we're doing Brothers Grimm books tonight. Do you want to give a suggestion? We have so many. Oh, absolutely not, darling. Very, very much not a tsundere. But yeah, we have literally so many. I think we have like, God, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages worth of stories. How have I been? I've been wonderful. I'm coming down with something. So tonight is like absolutely the worst time to be to be doing a an ASMR reading stream, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. Oh, thank you for the huggies. I'm so feeling blessed. Feeling blessed, never stressed. Absolutely amazing. Okay, there we go. Let's see. Okay, that's all working, and this is all working. I think you guys can hear the little backtrack. I figured we would do something kind of calming. Oh. Oh my god, it's already the middle of the September. I need to get my October model finished so that way I can rig it soon. Satheroni is cooking right now, so I have some gummy worms as a snack. Which, granted, I probably shouldn't be eating gummy worms when I'm feeling sick, but it is what it is. I could use some good vibes after listening to creepy bedtime stories. Creepy, creepy, scary. Oh, but hi, Raven. Oh, if you want, I will let you pick. We have 5 different pages full of fairy tales. There are so many. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. Ads are gonna start in 30 seconds. Make sure you have a snack. Make sure you have some water. I'm going to try not to sound super, super sick. We'll see how well that goes. But yeah, if it goes poorly, then there's no one to blame but myself. Oh, goodness gracious. I think we're doing pretty darn good. Oh my goodness. Okay, 3, 2, 1, ba-bam! I don't know why I do that to myself. I just keep doing it. Oh, it just means that you're too Chad. Let's see. This one's working, and this is working. And it says that it has the thing up, so it should also be working. But yes, it's okay. It's okay. We will not judge. We do not judge. We never judge. Or at least I never judge. Let's see. I think this means that we're back. I think it's been 30 seconds. I'm gonna go ahead and start it. Where's the thingy? Oh, there it is. Yay! I have my glasses on again, so if I take them off, I can't even read chat on my screen. Oh, something's frozen. Uh-oh. I should read. Oh no, that went away. Hello? Is it working? Oh, it ends in 5 seconds. Oh. Hmm. Okay, our community is back. Our community is back. We are back. Okay. But yes, if you do that to yourself, I would not take it against you. I would never hold things against you. I love you. You know, I always say I'm gonna do this and then I never do. I'm gonna be right back. We're going to turn into Grandma Gracie. Grandma Gracie is not on. Why is Grandma Gracie not on? Oh, because I'm not in a Discord call. There we go. Okay, I'm in a Discord I'm in a Discord call with myself. I'm gonna quickly change my mouth parameters. Just for fun, who knows? Who knows? Maybe it'll do something. Face lean, face body. But yes, you have any Sherlock Holmes stories? Those are fun. Do I have any open? I think I have. Wait, I think I do. Wait 1 second. I think it's in my. I think it saved it in my computer. We can do Sherlock Holmes. I'm down for some Sherlock Holmes, for some mysteries. Okay, mouth smile, mouth open. Okay. Hmm. What if... Okay, what if I change you to... Does that make my mouth more... I mean, it's a little bit more expressive. Okay. Alright. We'll see how this works. And if it's too much lip flapping, then y'all just let me know. Y'all just let me know. Okay. Hello? Hello! It's a avocado. Thank you, Benny. Oh, so sweet. Thank you. I do feel cute. I feel very cute. I'm going to look into my computer. I'm going to see if we have any Sherlock saved. If we have Sherlock saved, then I will change it from... oh, you're cute, Vinny. Thanks. Where would I have saved it? Probably downloads. But yeah, my lip flappers, I'm flapping them a little bit more. At least I think I am. Dark blue gold anchor. I don't know what that is. Clips, no. Refund, no. How would I... Where would I have saved it? Earlier this year, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Internet Archive has non-copyright stories, I believe. Oh yeah, they do. Well, I downloaded at least a couple. I thought I would have saved them. Okay. Okay. Time to go looking for the Google. Google. Do not fail me, Google. Okay. Internet Archive, Sherlock Holmes. Okay. Sherlock Holmes stories PDF. PDF letter format. Oh, hey! Oh, hi! I think if I click it, are you going to... If I click it... Oh! I think it works. I think we did it. I think we did it. I think we did it. Did you just type the same thing as me? I mean, how could I not? Great minds think alike, you know? You know? I hope you don't mind. I will not do an accent. Only accent I got is a southern one, y'all. Ain't no way I can become a posh how-to-do lady. You know? This country gal ain't doing it. But let's go ahead, let's add that onto our Grim Fairy Tale thingy. Okay, boop. Okay. I think we have a lot. There's so many. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12 of them. Okay, great. I will let you guys pick. Alrighty. Where? Yes? Yeah? Oh, I have a question. Do y'all want to have it where you can see it on the screen? Or do you like it more when I'm up? Oh, hello? Yes, we are starting soon. We've been starting. We started 10 minutes ago. Hello? But do you guys like seeing it on the screen too? So that you can read along? Or do you like just my voice? I am fine with either. I will accept either. Personally, I like seeing the things, but that's just because when I was a kid, I would read the things too. Oh, thanks! But yes. I'm gonna drink some water before I start either way. Okay. Personally, when I was a little kid and I would have stories read to me, I would always do I would do it to where you guys could I liked getting to like squish up next to them, and I would have them like show me the book pages. But that's just a me thing. I don't know if that's something that you guys want to do too. Like I'm fine with it either way. Like here, 1 second, let me make it a little bigger. So we can do either one. Do you guys want to be able to see it? Which it is a stark white. I wish that I could like, I don't know, change the color. Can I change the color? No, I cannot. Can I change that? No. Fit to page? No. Document properties? Oh, that's just who it belongs to. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and we'll read it like last time. And if you guys want to change it back to where you see like me up close and personal, then y'all just let me know. Okay? Okay. Sorry, Gracie, I forgot that I was streaming today. You're not late, darling. Don't worry. Also, do you guys want to see me up close? Or do you want to be able to read along with me? I am not... What's the word? I have no personal stakes in the matter. I like them both. I think they're both fine. But we've got several different things. We have several different ones. The shortest one, it looks like... I think it's either the Adventure of Beryl Conan. Oh. It's midnight. I just typed in Grandma House Ambiance and this is what I came up with. I don't know if I like it or not. I'm still thinking about it. But I like it a little. Or maybe the second shortest one might be The Case of Identity. A Case of Identity. Identity Thief. I can tell you that it is not related. Okay. Let's just say I have something in the works. Different from what I normally... Ooh. You're doing something different. It is art related. Interesting. Little surprises for Grandma. Sorry. Sorry. I should not let the gremlin out. We're supposed to be having story time. It is supposed to be story time only. Story time only. No gremlin. No gremlin. I will hide her. I will hide her from the rest of you. She will not be perceivable. But also, I kind of want to put her on the screen. I'll put her on the screen and we'll have double grandma if we want. But let's see. I'll do a short one like this, or no, wait. Where is it? Where the Sam Hale are you? There you go. Okay, I'm gonna do Gremlin Gracie is getting scolded by regular Gracie. I have to stand in the corner the whole time. I kind of want to do that. I kind of want to put her in the corner. I kind of want to put her on the corner. Here, we'll put her up there, and then I'll just scoot over a little, just a little. There we go. Okay, and then we'll put you up here. I'll put you right there next to my broken plant. Okay, maybe a little bigger. Just a whittle. Just a whittle. It looks like she's... Here, I'll do that. Okay, okay. Enough stalling. The ASMR, yes, Kellen. Yes, we are doing ASMR. I am reading Sherlock Holmes. Not in an accent, because the only accent I can do is a southern one. Ain't no way. But yeah, I'm gonna do a short one like this, and then we'll do a normal one the normal way. And if you guys want to change it to where you can read it along with me, then let me know. Let me know, because otherwise I won't what's the word? I won't change it back. Ew. How do I do this again? I forgot. Oh yeah. Boop. Yay. Okay. And then let's spam chat with some emotes. More emotes. More emotes. Where's the... We'll do this one. I like the starry one. The starry one makes me happy. And then he's almost gone. Okay. Boop. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Wait, what page? What page am I? 31. Okay, can I just like change it to 31? Wait, but that worked. Why do I say I'm a dunce? I am not a dunce. Thank you so much, Justin. Thank you, Raven. Y'all truly did grandma work. Okay, I think we already did the red-headed league. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Nocturnal, you want gremlin? Okay, okay. Here, you know what? You know what? Let's do it back here. Let's do it back here. And I'll put Gremlin Gracie back up. I'll make her back up. She's just a little girl. And let's move her. Okay, if I flip you, yeah, it looks like you're kind of looking more to the right side. Grandchildren doing Grandma Gracie's work. Little baby. I love her. She's so cute. Mwah. Okay. Hi. Hello. Aww, I know. Plus, this way, I can read you guys and read the story at the same time, because y'all are right next to each other on my screen. Because remember, Grandma Gracie only has one screen. Hey, Ignis! Yes, we have an Iggy. We have an Ignatius. An Ignoramus. I'm getting over being sick, so if you hear me cough or sneeze, ignore it. Okay. A Case of Identity from Adventures of Sherlock Holmes by Arthur Conan Doyle. I think I figured out how to make it. Exciting. You're gonna be around? No problem. I will allow it. Let's see. So, my dear fellow, said Sherlock Holmes as we sat on either side of the fire in the lodgings of Baker Street, life is infinitely stranger than anything with which the mind of man could invent. We would not dare conceive the things which are really mere commonplaces of existence. If we could fly out of that window hand in hand, hover over the great city, gently remove over the roofs, and peep in at the queer things with which are going on, the strange coincidences, the plannings, the cross purposes, the wonderful chains of events working through generations and leading to the most outer results, it would make all fiction with its conventionalities and foreseen conclusions most stale and unprofitable. Man, this man talks long. Hi, Thea. Hi, darling. I am reading Sherlock Holmes. We're going to have a great time. If you don't want to read with me, that's okay. That's okay. No problem. Oh, I have my book. I should take off my jacket. 1 second. If I do this, and then I click remove all items and click select. Oh, it doesn't show my things. Okay. Okay, we're safe. Okay. I am cute. I think you're cute, Thea. I know he's tired of playing the good boy persona through how dope it would be if he played Sherlock. Oh my god, yes. God, yes. Here, you know what? Actually, here. I'm gonna move just a little. We're just gonna move a little bit more. Just one more time. Just one more time. Oh shoot. There go my alerts. Okay. And then there we go. There we go. Wait. Oh my god. Wait, I can add her. I can add her. 1 second. 1 second. Oh my god. Wait. Why did I never think of this? I can add her onto my head. She can be my little buddy. Aww. Aww. Okay. How do I do this? How do I do this? Where do I go? Okay, grandma. Assets. And then Foogie. And then Gremlin Gracie. And then where's my furry gift file? 1 and 2. I don't know which one's talking though. Is it this one? Okay, it is. Okay, okay. Copy. PC. Local disk. It is too full, Ignis. I need to delete more. Steam apps. VTube Studio. No, not license, not license, not license. Data. Asset. Items. Control paste. Okay. You guys, we got it, y'all. We got this. We don't need her no more. You know why? Do you know why? My favorite adaptation of Sherlock Holmes was the Guy Ritchie movie in Elementary. Elementary is good. I like it. Thank you, Thea. You're so sweet. Yes, we're gonna make her sit on my head. And I think you're adorable. Gracie, guess what? Guess what? Yeah? If I do this, are you able to see all my items? You can see all my items. Okay, let's scroll down to an F. Okay. Boop. Select. I'm gonna make her behind me. Okay. Okay. And then... no. Let's try that again. Okay. Hello? Okay. Okay. You're so big. You've moved so fast. She's so happy to be here. There you go. She's so happy. Oh, what a little dear. Oh, it's your birthday. Happy birthday. Oh my god, that's so exciting. She's standing menacingly. Wait. Waiting to kill OG Grace and take her place. Yes, she's gonna take a sup. What's up? Yes, thank you. Wait, but you didn't shout out Ignis. You're being a bad Ignis. You can't be a moderator like that. You didn't shout out Thea or Sunny Bunny or Raven. Well, Raven doesn't stream, but still, there's lots of streamers that watch me. I think Nocturnal is a streamer. Wait. You gotta share the love. You can't just shout out your favorite men. But yeah. No, it's okay. I already knew that Ignis would play favorites. We all know that he's but no buts. You either share the love with everybody or you share the love for nobody. Ignis is the goat. Ignis is sexist. Well, no, it's not sexist if you're his favorite. It's just me being sad. Leave Thea alone? No! Thea's doing amazing. Oh my god, and Ghoul! Hi, Miggy! But yeah, if you're gonna give a shout out to Stinga, then you have to shout out everybody else. Iggy's not bullying. He's just playing favorites because Stinga is his favorite bug bot. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna shout out Stinga, but then he's not gonna shout out all the other guys. Hi, Plane Guy. I didn't forget about you. Also, you're a tiger shark. I freaking love that. Are you a plane with tiger shark stripes? Or are you a tiger shark with, like, wings? Or is it just your two favorite things? No shout outs. It's okay. If chat gives me money and I'm mad about it, then you have to be mad that I give you a shout out. But we were reading Sherlock Holmes and I just straight up frickin' forgot about it. But it's okay. All he did was talk about how it would be interesting. The F-200 Tiger Shark, a prototype fighter jet. You know, I thought a Tiger Shark was a type of jet, but I wasn't certain. I'm so glad that I am certain. Maybe it was from my former brother-in-law before he passed away. He was a technician on planes, and he loved planes. He would talk about them all the time. I might have just like remembered something. 1:30, you need to go eat. Good night. Mwah. Oyasumi nasai, buenas noches, bonne nuit. I will see you later, alligator. Also, I'm getting over being sick. Apologies in advance. Okay. One more quick sip. Okay. Alright. But yeah, all he did was talk about how cool it would be to fly over the skies. And yet, I am not convinced of it. The cases with which come to light in the papers are, as a rule, bald enough and vulgar enough. We have in our police reports realism pushed to its extreme limits, and yet the result is, must be confessed, neither fascinating nor artistic. Nini Gracie! Oh, thanks! A certain selection and discretion must be used in producing a realistic effort. This is wanting in the police report, where more stress is laid perhaps upon the platitudes of the magistrate than upon the details which to an observer contain the vital essence of the whole matter. Depending upon it, there is nothing so unnatural as the commonplace. I smile and shake my head. I can quite understand your thinking so. Of course, in your position of unofficial advisory and helper of everybody who is absolutely puzzled throughout 3 continents, you are brought in contact with all that is strange and bizarre. But here, let us put it to a practical test. Here is the first heading upon which I come: a husband's cruelty to his wife. Oh no. Trigger warning, just in case. I don't think so, but just in case. Okay. Where is it? Oh yeah. There is half a column of print, but I know without reading it that it is all perfectly familiar to me. There is, of course, the other woman, the drink, the push, the blow, the bruise, the sympathetic sister or landlady. The crudest of writers could invent nothing more crude. Yeah, I guess it was pretty common back then. Dang. Sorry if my eyes, by the way, look weird. I don't think you can hear it, but I have my glasses on. I was shaking them on my head. Hello. Hi. Hello, hello. We're reading Sherlock Holmes. The case of an identity. A case of identity. You can actually hear that? Yay! I got them gains, bro. Indeed, your example is an unfortunate one for your argument. This is the Dundas separation case, and as it happens, I was engaged in clearing up some small points in connection with this very matter. The husband was a teetotaler? Teetotaler. There was no other woman, and the conduct complained of was that he had drifted into the habit of winding up at every meal by taking out his false teeth and hurling them at his wife, which you allow is not an action likely to occur to the imagination of the average storyteller. What the fuck? I don't like that. I don't like that. Take a pinch of snuff, doctor, and acknowledge that I have scored you in on your example. This man really said, "Oh, you think that's a normal case? Go dentures," kind of like, "Go Pikachu." Absolutely nasty. This man is attracting weirdos like a flame to moth. I know. Okay, we're back in it. He held out his snuff box of old gold with a great amethyst in the center. Its splendor was of such contrast to his homely ways and simple enough that I couldn't help but comment upon it. "Oh, I forgot that I had not seen you for a couple weeks. It is a little souvenir from the King of Bohemia in return for my assistance in the case of the Irene Adler papers." Oh, and the ring? Glancing at the remarkable brilliance with which it sat upon his finger. "Oh, it was from the reigning family of Holland, though the manner in which I served them was of such delicacy that I cannot confide it even to you, who have been good enough to chronicle one or two of my own problems. Have you any on hand just now? Some 10 or 12, but none of which present any feature of interest. They're very important, you understand, without being interesting at all." Your problems are boring. That's wild. That is wild. Absolute wild behavior. Okay. Some twinner. No. Okay. Indeed, I have found that it is usually of unimportant matters that there is a field for observation, and for the quick analysis of cause and effect which gives the charm to an investigation. The larger crimes are apt to be simpler, for the bigger the crime, the more obvious, as a rule, in the motive. In these cases, save for one rather intricate matter, which has been referred to me as the Marseille, there is nothing which presents any features of interest. It is possible, however, that I may have something before soon, for this is one of my clients, if I am not mistaken. He rises from his chair, standing between the parted blinds, and looking down over his shoulder, I saw on the pavement there stood a large woman with a heavy fur boa. Iggy, you're just shouting out everyone in chat now. If you want to, you should follow Phantom's YouTube, because I think he does YouTube stuff, not Twitch. That's okay. That's okay. I still love you, man. I still love you. Your brain's rotted from work. You had a headache. No, you're just doing streamers. Oh. Okay. Iggy, you shouted out the wrong Phantom. Oh, Iggy, you shouted out the wrong Phantom. I don't know that man. Iggy. Iggy, baby, you can just go to sleep. It's okay. I won't be mad at you. It's alright. It's fine, you know, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, you know what? That's the perfect use of that emote. You deserve it. I think we actually saw this. I think we read this one. It was a woman with broad-rimmed hat, a coquettish Duchess of Devonshire fashion over her ear, hesitatingly fashioned towards our windows, her body oscillating backwards and forwards, fidgeting with gloved buttons. Suddenly, with plumage, as if a swimmer leaving the bank, she hurries across the road. I've seen those kind of symptoms before. Oscillation always means an affaire de corps. She would like advice, but isn't sure that the matter is too delicate for communication or not. Oh wait, no wait, I do remember this one. This is the one about the father, and he's like, he's like secretly pretending to be her boyfriend, so that he can get some inheritance and like offer like he's trying to have someone. Yeah, this was, yeah, I remember this one. I remember this one. God, this was wild. Do we want to do? Is there any famous ones? We did the Red-Headed League. We just did the Case of Identity. 5 Orange Pips. The Man with the Twisted Lip. The Speckled Band. The Engineer's Thumb. The Noble Bachelor. Barrel Coronnet. Copper Beaches. Copper Beaches. Chairs reclined, foot rest out, maximum comfy. Beautiful, beautiful. I kind of want to do Copper Beaches. Like, I kind of want it, because I like the name. Beaches. Okay. 145. 145. 143. No, that's 30. Hello? My body. What's happened to my body? I'm frozen. Am I frozen? Am I still frozen once more? No. No. Okay. Okay. Excellente. Where was I? 145? 145. No, 150. Yay! Okay. The Adventure of the Copper Beaches by Arthur Conan Doyle in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Working now, don't know what that was about. Okay. No problem. No problem. Uh-oh, I'm sorry for hitting the mic. To the man who loves art for its own sake, remarked Sherlock Holmes, tossing aside the advertisement sheet for the Daily Telegram. It is frequently in its least important and lowliest of manifestations that the keenest of pleasures is to be derived. It is pleasant to me as the observer, Watson, that you have so far grasped this truth that in these little records of our cases, which you have been good enough to draw upon, I am bound to say occasionally to embellish, that you have given prominence not so much to the many causes and sensational trials in which I have figured, but rather in those incidents with which may be trivial in themselves, but which give room to those faculties of deduction and of logical synthesis which I have made my special providence. And yet, I cannot quite hold myself absolved from the change of sensationalism which has been urged against my records. You have erred, perhaps, taking a glowing cinder from the tongs and lighting with it the long cherrywood pipe which was wont to replace his clay when he was in a disputatious rather than meditative mood. Watson, baby, you know what kind of pipe he uses depending on his mood. Girl, you got it bad. That's a level of bromance I wish to have. Actually, I think I have that with Iggy. Depending on how he's dressed, I know how he's feeling. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. You have perhaps attempting to put color and life into each of your statements instead of confining yourself to the task of placing upon record that severe reasoning from cause to effect, which is really the only notable feature about the thing. Honestly, yeah. Hi, you're not late. I'm actually going to be eating dinner soon too. Setharoni is cooking. Oh, it seems to me that I have done you full justice in the matter. I remark with some coldness, for I was repelled by the egotism with which I have more than once observed to be a strong factor in my friend's singular character. No, it is not selfishness or conceit. If I claim full justice for my art, it's because of an impersonal thing beyond myself. Crime is common, logic is rare. Therefore it is upon the logic rather than which upon the crime that you could dwell. You have degraded what should have been a course of lectures into a series of tales. The cold morning of early spring, as we sat eating our breakfast on either side of a cherry fire in this old room at Baker Street. While we were doing so, a thick fog rolled down between the lines of the dune-colored houses, and the opposing windows looming dark, shapeless blurs throughout the heavy yellow wreaths. Our gas was lit and shone with the white cloth and glimmer of china and metal, for the table had not been cleared. Oh yeah. Sherlock Holmes had been silent all morning, dipping continuously into the advertisement columns of the Daily Telegram. Until at last, having apparently given up on his search, he emerged in not very sweet temper to lecture me on my literary shortcomings. Wow, he just like us for real, for real. Well, at the same time, he remarked after a pause, you can hardly be open to a charge of sensationalism, for out of these cases with which you have been so kind as to interest yourself with, a fair portion do not treat of crime in its legal sense at all. The small matter in which I endeavored to help the King of Bohemia, the singular experience of Miss Mary Sutherland, the problem connected with the man of the twisted lip, and the incident of the noble bachelor were all matters with which are outside the pale of the law. But in avoiding the sensational, I fear that you may have bordered on the trivial. Your taste sucks. I can't believe this man. He's so mean. He's just like us. Oh, the water feels so good. Okay. The end may have been so, but the methods I told you have been novel of interest. Pshaw, my dear fellow, what do the public, the great unobservant public, who could hardly tell a weaver by his tooth or a composer by his left thumb, care about the finer shades of analysis and deduction, bitch? You know, he's like that jealous ex-girlfriend who, like, she will be the one to find the single hair of a black cat, and she's like, I don't own a black cat, where have you been? And it's like, girl, you are not the only person in my life, come on now. Sherlock Holmes gives off that kind of a the temperament, you know? I'll have you know, I care about the left thumb of a composer. Lies. Absolute slander. No, you do not. Do y'all like the clicking talk, by the way? Ticking clock? Clicking talk. Damn. I just shouldn't speak sometimes, I think. I say as I read a book to y'all. Man, or at least of criminal man, has lost all enterprise and originality. As to know my own little practice, it seems to be degenerating into an agency for recovering lost lead pencils and giving advice to young ladies of boarding schools. I think that I have touched bottom at last, however. This note I had this morning marks my 0 point. Read it. It was dated from Montague Place upon the preceding evening, and ran as thus. It adds a rhythm? Oh, nice. Dear Mr. Holmes, I am very anxious to consult you as to whether I should or should not accept a situation which has been offered to me as governess. I call at 10:30 tomorrow, if I do not inconvenience you as such. Yours faithfully, Violet Hunter. Do you know the young lady? No. It's 10:30 now. Yes, and I have no doubt that that is her ringing now. It may turn out to be of more interest than you think. You remember that affair of the blue carbuncle, which appeared to be a mere whimsy at first, which ended up developing into a serious investigation. This may also be the case. Well, let us hope so. But our doubts will very much soon be solved, for here, unless I am much mistaken, is the person in question now. Just as he spoke, a young lady entered the room. She was plainly but neatly dressed, with a bright, quick face, freckled like a plover's egg, and with the brisk manner of a woman who had her own way of making in the world. You will excuse my troubling you, I am sure, but I have very strange experience, and I have no parents or relations of any kind with whom I can ask for advice. I thought perhaps that you would be kind enough to tell me what I should do. Hi. Hello. Good night. Pray take a seat, Miss Hunter. I shall have everything that you do that I can serve you. Enjoy your work. Bye-bye. I could see that Holmes was favorably impressed by the manner and speech of his new client. He looked her over in his searching fashion and composed himself with his lids drooping and his fingertips together, listening to her story. I have been a governess for 5 years. I am for the family of Colonel Spence Monroe. But 2 months ago, the Colonel received an appointment at Halifax in Nova Scotia. Nova Scotia? Okay. He took his children over to America with him, and so... Nova Scotia's in America? Wait, what? I thought that was a country. Wait. One second. It's a Canadian province. What? Hey, I got an Astrobot. It is really fun. I love Astrobot. I've been watching Seth Aroni play it the last couple of days. It's so fun. I really like watching him play. Okay, but yes, he took his children over to North America with him, and I find myself without a situation. I advertised and answered advertisements, but without success. At last, the little money that I had saved had finally run out, and I was at my wit's end as to what I could possibly do. There's a well-known governess agency with the West End called Westaways, and when I used to call about once a week in order to see whether anything had turned up that might suit me. Westaway was the name of the founder of the business, but it was really managed by Miss Stouffer. She sits in her own little office, and the ladies who are seeking employment wait in an anteroom, and are then shown in one by one. She consults her ledgers and sees whether she has anything with which would suit them. Well, Oopsie daisies, I skipped a page. I should not do an Astrobot stream, y'all. Spyro crashes my computer. Minecraft crashed my computer. We cannot. I can do little games. Off the coast of Canada, known for its proximity in a strange place called the Oak Island. Oh, thanks, Raven. My girl's so smart. Well, when I called last week, I was shown into the little room as usual, but I found that Miss Stouffer was not alone. A prodigiously stout man with a very smiling face and a great heavy chin, with which rolled down in fold upon fold over his throat. Girl, come on. That's mean. Come on now. He sat at her elbow with a pair of glasses to his nose, looking very earnestly at the ladies who entered. As I came in, he jumped out of his chair and quickly turned to Miss Stouffer. That will do. I could not ask for anything better. Capital, capital. He was such a comfortable-looking man that it was quite a pleasure to look at him. Oh, I get it, I get it. He's like a jolly old man. The jolly old man. He's Santa. I'm calling it now. This is the case of Santa Claus. Okay. You are looking for a situation, miss? Yes, sir. As governess? Yes, sir. And what salary, do you ask? I had £4 a month in my last place with Colonel Spence Monroe. Oh, sweating, rank sweating. He throws his hands into the air like a man who boils with passion. How could anyone offer such a pitiful sum to a lady with such attractions and accomplishments? Boy, calm yourself. Well, my accomplishments, sir, may be less than you imagine. A little French, a little German, music, drawing. Oh, that is quite beside the question. The point is, have you or have you not been bearing and deployment of a lady? There is in it a nutshell. If you have not, then you are not fitted for rearing of a child who may at some day play a considerable part in the history of our country. But you have. So why, then, could a gentleman ask you to concede to accept anything under 3 figures? Your salary with me, madam, would commence at £100 a year. You may imagine, Mr. Holmes, that to me, destitute as I was, such an offer seemed almost too good to be true. The gentleman, however, seemed perhaps the look of incredulity. What do you mean, raise the spray bottle? He's the fedora-wearing man. It's not me. I'm not being simpy. Although she can speak French to me anytime. Sorry. Okay. Where was I? Right, okay. The gentleman, however, seemed perhaps the look of incredulous face, and opened a pocketbook and took out a note. It is also my custom, he said, smiling the most pleasant of fashions, to advance to my young ladies half their salary beforehand. Boy, girl, run. Take the 50 and go. Take the 50, go. Not good. We have a redeem for you. You're gonna hit me? For thinking a French lady's hot? Come on now, you would think a French lady's hot. Okay. It seems to me that I have never met so fascinatingly and so thoughtful of a man. I was already in debt to my tradesman. The advance was a great convenience, and that there was something unnatural about the whole transaction. So, I wished to know a little more before I commenced with the job. That's not how you spell wee-wee. You'll never have enough to redeem the drinking one? That's the point. I don't want you guys to get me sloshed on a Sunday night. I have work in the morning. May I ask where you live, sir? Hampshire. Charming rural place, the Copper Beaches, 5 miles on the far side of Winchester. It is the most lovely country, my dear young lady, and the dearest old country house. My duties, sir? I would be glad to know what they would be. One child, one dear little romper, just 6 years old. Oh, if you could see him killing cockroaches with a slipper. Smack, smack, smack. 3 gone before you could wink. I was a little startled at the nature of the child's amusement, but the father's laughter made me think that perhaps he was just joking. Something tells me that you've watched the trash known as Emily in Paris. Yes, I have. And yes, it is trash. Very racist. I was a little startled. Oh, wait, yes. My sole duties, then, are to take care of a single child. No, 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 not the soul, my dear young lady. Your duty would be, as I am sure your good sense would suggest, to obey any little command my wife might give, provided that they were such commands as a lady with propriety might have to obey. You see no difficulty in that, I would be happy to make myself useful. Quite so. In dress now, for example, we are fatty people, you know, fatty and kind-hearted. If you were asked to wear any dress with which we might give you, you would not object to our whim. No. Or to sit here or sit there, that would not take offense to you? No. Or cut your hair quite short before you come to us? Mr. Holmes, I could hardly believe my ears, as you may observe. My hair is somewhat luxuriant, and of a rather peculiar tint of chestnut. It has been considered artistic. I could not dream of sacrificing it in this offhanded fashion. I am afraid that is quite impossible, I said, and he had been watching me eagerly out of his small eyes, and I could see a shadow pass over his face as I spoke. I'm afraid it is quite essential. It's a little fancy of my wife's, and ladies' fancies, you know, must be consulted. And so you will not cut your hair? No, sir, I really will not. Ah, very well then. That quite settles the matter. It's a pity, because the only respects you would really have done very nicely. In that case, Miss Stover, I've been inspecting a few more ladies. Well, the manager had sat while all of this was happening, and she busied herself with the papers without another word to either of us. She glanced at me now with so much annoyance that I couldn't help suspect that she had lost a handsome commission through my refusal. Do you expect to keep your name on the books? If you please, Miss Stover. Well, really, it seems rather useless since you refused the most excellent offers in this fashion. You can hardly expect us to exert ourselves to find another such opening for you. Good day to you, Miss Hunter. She struck a gong upon the table, and I was out of there in short order. Mr. Holmes, when I got back to my lodgings and found little enough in the cupboard, 2 or 3 bills on the table, I began to ask myself whether I had not done a foolish thing. After all of these people had strange fads and expected obedience of the most extraordinary matters, they were at least ready to pay for their eccentricity. Very few governesses in England are getting even £100 a year. Besides, what use was my hair to me? Many people are improved by wearing it short, and perhaps I should be among the number. Next day I was inclined to think that I had made a mistake, and by the day after I was sure of it. I had almost overcome my pride so far to go back when I received the letter from the gentleman himself. I'll read it to you now. The Copper Beeches, near Winchester. Dear Miss Hunter, Miss Stover has very kindly given me your address, and I write it to you here to ask you whether you have reconsidered your decision. My wife is very anxious that you should come, for she has very much been attached to my description of you. We are willing to give £30 a quarter, or £120 a year, so as to recompense you for any little inconvenience which our fads may cause you. They are not very exacting after all. My wife is fond of a peculiar shade of electric blue, and would like you to wear such a dress indoors. You need not, however, go to the expense of purchasing one, as we have one belonging to my dear daughter Alice, who is now in Philadelphia, which, should I think, will fit you very well. Oh, Lord, man. It's at okay, I don't need to read that. I don't know how similar channels, awesome fan subscription series. Yeah, like and subscribe. Smash that like button and ring the bell. As to sitting here or there, or amusing yourself in or amusing yourself in any manner indicated, that need cause you no inconvenience. As regards to your hair, it is no doubt a pity, especially as I could not help remarking upon its beauty during our short interview. but I'm afraid that I must remain firm upon the point, and I only hope that the increased salary may recompense you for the lost. Your duties, as far as the child is concerned, are very light. Do try to come, and I shall meet you at the dog cart at Winchester. Let me know your train. Yours faithfully, Jeffro Rucastle. That is the letter with which I have just received, Mr. Holmes, and my mind is made up that I will accept it. However, I thought before taking the final step I should like to submit the whole matter for consideration. Aw, good night. Ayasumi-san, buenas noches, bonne nuit. Good night, good night. Sleep tight. Get up early and make some cash. Well, Miss Hunter, if your mind is made up, then that settles the question. But you would not advise me to refuse? I confess that it is not the situation I should like to see a sister of mine apply for. And what is the meaning of it all, Mr. Holmes? I have no idea. I cannot tell you, for I have no data. Perhaps you have yourself formed some opinion. Well, there seems to be only one possible solution. Mr. Rucastle seems to be a very kind, good-natured man. It is not possible that his wife is a lunatic, that he desires to keep the matter quiet for fear that she would be taken to an asylum, that he humors her fancies in every which way in order to prevent some kind of an outbreak. Well, that is a possible solution. In fact, as matters stand, it's the most probable one. But in any case, it does not seem to be a nice household for a young lady. Oh, but the money, Mr. Holmes, the money! Well, yes, of course, the pay is good. Too good. That is what makes me uneasy. Why should they give you £120 a year when they could have their pick for 40? There must be some strong reason behind it. I thought if I told you the circumstances, you would understand if I wanted your help. I should feel so much stronger if I feel that you were at the back of me. Boy, come on now. Young lady, Miss Hunter, if he is telling you it's too good to be true, you asked for his opinion. That's his opinion. What? Come on now. Absolute travesty. I'm gonna eat a gummy worm. But I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna slurp it. Okay. Oh, thanks, Lazy. You're so sweet. There is something distinctly novel about some of the features. If you should find yourself in danger or doubt... Danger? What danger do you foresee? It would cease to be a danger if we could define it. But at any time, day or night, a telegram would bring me down to your help. Well, that is enough. I shall go down to Hampshire. Quite easy in my mind. I'll write to Mr. Rucastle at once, sacrifice my poor hair tonight, and start for Winchester tomorrow. Sorry. I'm still coming down with something. With a few grateful words to Holmes, she bade us good night and left. At least she seems to be a young lady who's very well able to take care of herself, I remark, with her quick, firm steps descending down the stairs. She would need to be. I am much mistaken if we do not hear from her before the days are past. It was not very long before my friend's prediction was fulfilled. Less than a fortnight went by, during which I frequently found my thoughts turning to her direction, wondering what strange side alley of human experience this lonely woman has traveled down. Between the unusual salary, the curious conditions, the light duties, all pointing to something abnormal, though whether fad or plot, whether the man were a philanthropist or a villain, it's quite beyond my powers of deduction. As to Holmes, I observed that he sat quietly and frequently for half an hour on end, with knitted brows and an abstract air. But he swept the matter under the rug, not with a wave of his hand when I mention it. Data, data, data. I cannot make bricks without clay. Sorry. The telegram with which we eventually received came late one night, just as I was thinking of turning in. Holmes was settling down to one of those all-night chemical researches, when he was frequently indulged in, when suddenly, oh, thank you, Lazy. A cat. Hello, Anubi. Hi. Here. I'm gonna lean back in my chair and stretch my legs. Oh, I love that. There aren't too many books that you can find on the Internet Archive copyright free. Yeah, that is true. I am reading Sherlock Holmes. I am. I love it. I love it a lot. This man is so hot. Arthur Conan Doyle can break my back anytime. Oh my god. I said that off of an ad break. I thought we were on an ad break. I thought I could get away with it. Aww. Dang it. Okay. Okay. We'll just look up the trains in Bradshaw. The summons was brief and urgent. Please be at the Black Swan Hotel at Winchester midday tomorrow. Do come and I am at my wit's end. Signed, Hunter.
Another one.
Tell me what you want. A nun? A nun? That's a new one. Okay. Will you come with me? I should wish to. Just look it up then. There's a train at 9:30. It is due at Winchester at 11:30. That will do very nicely. Perhaps I had best postpone my analysis of the acetones as we may need to be at our best in the morning. Were you? This man. Okay. Does Gracie have video game outfits? I don't. I do not. I'm about to look up on Google. I'm gonna take a picture of this first so I can keep reading while I look on Google. Oop. Okay. We're gonna go full gremlin right now. And I'm gonna make her bigger. And I'll set her right there so she'll look like she's in the bedroom. Okay. Alright. Where's Google? There is Google. No. That is not Google. I need a Google. Hello? Google? Oh wait, we don't need to do that yet. Because I'm still reading. I would have to choose a female Dante. I don't know what that looks like. If it's Sussy, I'm gonna call you Sussy. Batgirl? Batgirl is Sussy. Doesn't she like have intercourse with her boyfriend's dad? That's crazy. We need to be at our best for tomorrow morning. By 11 o'clock. We were well upon our way to the old English capital. Oop. Holmes had been buried all morning in the papers, all the way down during our train, and after we passed the Hampshire border, he threw them down and began to admire the scenery. It was an ideal spring day, a light blue sky, just flecked with little fleece-white clouds drifting across from east to west. Darling, how am I supposed to wear this? May and me, we get along because I have Devil May Cry. Yes, he is a handsome man. It's been a good while since Gracie's done an 8. I'm glad that you like the ASMR. I'm definitely not yelling. I think I just need... Yeah. Aww. Thanks. Okay, it looks like I'm gonna have to just make one. Because there doesn't seem to be... Okay, God. Dang. Okay. Okay. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna take a break from the reading. Forgot which one? Forgot which what? She was going over crazy. Of course she was. She's my MediBang. Okay. Okay. It's an avocado. Thanks. Justin, one of these days you gotta pick a thing that we already got, darling, cause we're supposed to be reading right now. It'll never be a canon. Okay, let's do a background color I can see. Okay. This is gonna be quick and dirty, and y'all are gonna have to accept that about me. 'Cause... yeah, okay. Because I'll be honest, I'm a little bit obsessed with Arthur Conan Doyle's writing style. There's just something fun about all of the, like, really flowery language that he uses to make it seem like for instance, the way that Sherlock Holmes is just vicious to people, you know? Like, he's not mean for mean's sake, but he definitely is like, I am just better than you, TM. Like, why wouldn't you just do what I say? Okay. Okay. That's why I said we don't talk about it. We don't talk about broom. Oh, wait, no, I can't sing anymore. Oh, I was gonna do a singing lullaby ASMR tonight, but I wasn't able to because apparently you're not able to do karaoke anymore unless you have like a DJ license, I think is what people said. So no more songs unless you're got DJ, which I think is sad. It makes me very, very sad. But yeah, no, Mr. Doyle's writing style is just chef's kiss, absolutely beautiful. I think it's really interesting when he, like, because he makes people feel both smarter and dumber, because he has no problem telling people, like, when they're acting like a fool, but he's kind enough not to, like, say it all the time, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna do something really quick. He was a proponent for spiritualism, even believing that Houdini had magic, but their friendship ended because the latter had beef. Oh. That would be sick. Justin, that would be so freaking sick. Oh my god. I'm just gonna really quick. 1 second. We're gonna move that and change it to this because I just want to see. 1 second. Okay. Oop. Alright. And where am I? Okay, I'm here. Okay. So. Okay. Okay. That's a little too... Okay, so I need to make... So I need my face. So I need to take out this section. And is there a way to, like... Yeah, I think that'll do. And then... Hello? Yay, thank you for working. Oh, I'm beside myself with joy. Okay, okay, I think this will work. Okay, save as a PNG, none. Okay, and we're gonna save it into programs, Steam, apps, common, studio, data, assets, items. Save it in there. Save it as a PNG. Okay. And where's my home? There we are. Okay. I think. Alright. Oh, where's the cap for this? God damn it. I say that as I'm about to be a nun. I'm the worst nun. But seriously though, where did I put the cap? Is it in my... No, it's not in my lap. Hello? Hello? There you are. Okay, I got it. Alright. The Killing Joke, the comic version. Shot her in the spine. Oh my god. That's the only safe thing we're allowed to say about it? Dang, dude, rip. Let it rip. Beyblade? Sorry. Okay, I'm gonna quickly... Alright, clear. Alright. Item. Element OPQ. No rats. No rats? ¿Por qué no? Damn. This shit wild. Y'all. Y'all. Are you ready? Are you ready to talk about our Lord and Savior? Y'all. I don't think I'd be a very good nun. Oop. Wrong one. This is a local furry becomes a nun. Could you imagine? I like sex way too much to become a nun. I'm sorry. The sins of the flesh have me in a vice. It is not a virtue. It is a I am I was gonna say I'm a victim. I'm a victim of vices. But you know what? We'll keep it. We'll keep it. I don't think I could be a nun. I don't think I can be a nun. But you guys chose this. You wanted this. Alright, let's put on... There we go. Okay, back to... Oh no! If I read the book, you can't see the book no more. Is there a book ass that I can use? Is there a book? A book? Oh. It's my first asset. Y'all. It's my first asset with the with the green lid. That's okay. That's okay. I'll just keep it there. Okay. Indeed. I'm more like one that teaches the class in a Catholic church than to be a common. No, I do not think I would be a good... No, I would not. This would be bad. This would be bad. Okay. Here we go. Are y'all ready? I'm wearing the OG sweater. Yeah. Like all over the countryside, away over the rolling hills of Aldershot, the bright little red and green roofs of the farmsteadings peeping out from above. All of the green foliage. Are they not fresh and beautiful, with all the enthusiasm of a man fresh from the fogs of Baker Street? But all Holmes could do was shake his head gravely. Do you know, Watson, that it is one of the curses of a mind, in a turn like mine, that I must look at everything with reference to my own special subject? You look at the scattered houses and you are impressed by their beauty. But I look at them and the only thought which comes to me is a feeling that there are isolation and impunity with which crime may be committed. Why do y'all let me read? I should not be allowed to read. I am not a good reader. I'll get better. This is my practice. But yes, good heavens, who would associate crime with these beautiful homesteads? They have always filled me with a certain terror. It is my belief, Watson, that found upon my experience that the lowest and vilest of alleys in London do not present a more dreaded record of sin than does the smiling and beautiful countryside. You horrify me. Me too. I'm wearing the... But the reason is very obvious. The pressure of the public opinion can do the town with what the law cannot accomplish. There's no lane so vile than the scream of a tortured child or the thud of a drunkard's blow that does not beget its sympathy and indignation among neighbors. When the whole machinery of justice is ever so close to a word of complaint. But look at these lonely homes, each in which their own fields, filled with the most part full of ignorant folk who know little of the law. Really said these hicks are bums. Come on now. I'm a smart cookie. I'm a hick. I'm a townie. I mean, he ain't wrong. Worst crime. Yep, they do. They do, in fact. Very true. He ain't saying wrong things. You know, like living out in the countryside. I remember there was a town I used to live by where they were famous for being one of the last KKK compounds, and it's like, come on now. Out in the middle of nowhere, you know, when you live on the side of a mountain, ain't nobody around. It's terrible. I was just lucky that the people we lived by were nice. And, you know, not racist. America. Southern America. What a world to live in. Back to the English countryside. Think of the deeds of the hellish cruelty, the hidden wickedness with which may go on year in, year out in such a place. None of the wiser. And people are none of the wiser. Had this lady who appeals to us gone for help to live in Winchester, I would never have had a fear for her. It's 5 miles of the country which makes the danger. It is clear that she is not personally threatened. No, if she can come to Winchester to meet us, then she can leave. Quite so, she has her freedom. What can be the matter, then? Can you suggest no explanation? I have devised 7 separate explanations, each of which would cover the fact as they are now known. But which of these is the correct can only be determined by the fresh information with which we shall no doubt find awaiting for us. Well, there's the tower of the cathedral, and we shall soon learn all that Miss Hunter has to tell. Black Swan Inn is one of repute. What is this sentence? 1 second. Black Swan. Thank you, Lazy. Thanks. Black Swan Inn is one of repute on High Street, at no distance from the station, and there we found the young lady waiting for us. I don't know why that was so hard for me to read. She engaged us with a sitting room. Our lunch awaited upon the table. I'm so delighted for you to have come. It is so very kind of you both, but indeed I do not know what I should do. Your advice will be altogether invaluable to me. Pray tell us what has happened. I will do so, and I must be quick, for I have promised Mr. Rucastle to be back by 3. I got his leave to come to town this morning, though he knows little of what purpose I have. Let us have everything in due order. In the first place, I must say that I have met, on whole, no actual ill treatment from Mr. or Mrs. Rucastle. It's only fair to say that. But I cannot understand that I'm not easy in my mind about them. What do you not understand? Well, there are reasons for the conduct. You shall have it all, and just as it occurred. When I came down, Mr. Rucastle met me here, drove me on his dog cart to the Copper Beeches. It is, as he said, beautifully situated, but it is not beautiful in itself, for it is a large square block of a house, whitewashed but all stained and streaked with damp and bad weather. There are grounds round it, woods on 3 sides, and to the 4th a field, which slopes down onto the Southampton high road, which curves past 100 yards from the front door. What? Oh. The ground in front belongs to the house, but the woods all around are part of Lord Southerton's preserves. A clump of copper beeches immediately in front of the hall door has given its name to the place. I was driven over by my employer, who was as amiable as ever, and I was introduced by him that evening to his wife and child. There was no truth, Mr. Holmes, in the conjecture which seemed to us to be probable in your rooms at Baker Street. Mrs. Rucastle is not mad. I found her to be a silent, pale-faced woman, much younger than her husband, no more than 30, I should think, while he is hardly less than 45. From their conversation, I will always say that, I had a 13-year age gap between one person I dated. That was too much. But not because he treated me like a kid, because he didn't treat me like a woman. So I guess it wasn't a kid, but it wasn't like it was very clear that I was seen as too young in his eyes. I should have lied. Just kidding. Don't lie about your age. Don't lie about your age. Don't lie about your age. I'm just kidding. Oh my god. Don't clip that. Okay. Where was I? Okay. The daughter couldn't have been less than 20. I can quite imagine that her position must have been uncomfortable with her father's young wife. Second wife. She's a youngin'. You call a new young lady. I mean, he ain't wrong. Yeah, they do least expect it. It's probably too late knowing our folks in chat. Well, damn. At least have the decency to share it. If you do clip me being stupid. But as his daughter was no less than 20, I can quite imagine that her position must have been uncomfortable with her father's young wife. Mrs. Rucastle seemed to me to be colorless in mind as well as in feature. Girl. She impressed me neither favorably nor reversely so. She was a non-entity. It was easy to see that she was passionately devoted both to her husband and to her little son. Her light gray eyes wandered continually from one to the other, noting every little want and forestalling it if possible. He was kind to her also in his bluff, boisterous fashion, and on the whole they seemed to be a happy couple. And yet she had some secret sorrow, this woman. She would often be lost in deep thought with the saddest look upon her face. More than once I have surprised her in tears. I had thought sometimes that it was the disposition of her child which weighed upon her mind, but I had never met so utterly spoiled and ill-natured a little creature. Take me to church. Take me to church. I worship like a dog at the shrine of your light. I sharpen my skills while you can sharpen your knife. small for me. The deathless death of good Lord, let me give you my life. I think I got the lyrics wrong. I think so. I think I got the lyrics wrong, but that's okay. That's okay. Wow. Guess kids today have nothing in terms of being little goblins. I know, right? Oh my goodness. He is quite small for his age, with a head quite disproportionately large. Oh. Oh, it was? Yay! His whole life appears to be spent in an alternation between savage fits of passion and gloomy intervals of sulking. Oh, poor kid. Something's wrong. Something's going wrong in that house. He gives pain to any creature weaker than himself, and it seems to be an idea of amusement to him. And he shows quite remarkable talents in planning the capture of mice, birds, and insects, but I would rather not talk about the creatures, Mr. Holmes. And indeed, he has little to do with my story. What? Girl? You're living with a psychopath and you're... Girl. You already got the 50 pounds. Just skip. Skedaddle. Leave. I think he's neurodivergent, yeah, but like also you should curb that behavior immediately. When you start seeing stuff like that, girl, it's time to go. I would gladly hear all of your details, remarked my friend, whether they seem to you be relevant or not. I'll try not to miss anything of importance. The one unpleasant thing about the house which struck me at once was the appearance and conduct of the servants. There's only two, a man and his wife. Taller, for that's his name, is a rough, uncouth man with grizzled hair and whiskers and a perpetual smell of drink. Twice since I've been there, I've seen him quite drunk. Yet Mr. Rucastle seems to take no notice of it. His wife is very tall and strong, a woman with a sour face, as silent as Mrs. Rucastle, and seems much less amiable. They're a most unpleasant couple, but fortunately, I have spent most of my time in the nursery and my own room, which are next to each other in one corner of the building, so I have little need for them. 2 days after my arrival at the Copper Beaches, my life was very quiet, and on the third Mrs. Rucastle called down for breakfast and whispered something to her husband. Oh yes, we are very much obliged, Mrs. Hunter, for falling in our whim so as far as to cut your hair. I assure you that it has not detracted the tiniest iota of your appearance. We shall see how your electric blue dress will become you. You'll find it laid upon the bed in your room, and if you would be so good as to put it on, we would both be extremely obliged. I'm gonna go. Good night. Oh yes, I buenas noches, bon nuit. Good night. Thank you for coming. Thank you for spending your time with me. It was good to see you, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. Oh.
I just wanted to say...
Oh, thank you, Romeo.
Thanks.
Romeo,
I'm glad you came along.
Wherefore art thou, Romeo?
Partner.
Oh, to be a hand upon that... No, to be a glove upon that hand. To be a hand upon that cheek. I don't think any of those are the right lyrics. Lyrics? I don't think that's verses. I think it's verses. I think it's verses. Is it verses for William Shakespeare? For William? Senor William? Okay. The dress I found waiting for me was of a Dang it. Let's try that again. The dress which I found waiting for me was of a peculiar shade of blue. It was not of excellent material, a sort of beige, but it bore unmistakable signs of having been worn before. It could not have been a better fit if I had been measured for it. Both Mr. and Mrs. Rucastle expressed a delight at the look of it, which seemed quite exaggerated with its vehemence. They were waiting for me in a drawing room. Gosh dang. They were waiting for me in a drawing room, with a very large room, and a chair placed close to the central window, its back turned towards it. In this room I was asked to sit, and then Mr. Rucastle walked up and down the other side of the room, beginning to tell me a series of the funniest of stories I have ever listened to. Truly, you cannot imagine how comical he was, and I laughed until I was quite weary. Mrs. Rucastle, however, had no You'd have a ball with Shakespeare, everything that could be interpreted as an innuendo. I absolutely would. We should read Shakespeare. We should read Shakespeare. Oh my god. Shakespeare night. I'm down. I'm down for Shakespeare. Okay. Where was I? Oh yeah. Mrs. Rucastle, however, evidently had no sense of humor. Never so much as smiled and sat with her hands in her lap, a sad, anxious look on her face. Well, about an hour or so, Mr. Rucastle suddenly remarked that it was time to commence the duties of the day, and I might change my dress and go with little Edward into the nursery. Well, 2 days later, the same performance was gone through under exactly similar circumstances. Again I changed my dress. Again I sat by the window. Again I laughed very heartily at all the funny stories with which Mr. Rucastle immersed repertoire, and with which he told me indubitably. Then he handed me a yellow-backed novel, moving my chair a little sideways so my shadow might not fall upon the page, and he begged me to read aloud to him. I read for about 10 minutes, beginning in the heart of a chapter, and suddenly in the middle of a sentence he ordered me to cease and change my dress. You can imagine, Mr. Holmes, how curious I became of what the meaning of this could be. They were always very careful, I observed, to turn my face away from the window, so that I became consumed with the desire to see what was going on behind my back. At first it seemed to be impossible, but soon I devised a mean. My hand mirror had been broken, so a happy thought seized me, and I concealed a piece of the glass in my handkerchief. On the next occasion, in the midst of my laughter, I put my handkerchief up to my eyes and was able, with a little management, to see what was behind me. I was disappointed, I confess. This is one going to take the cake of getting Gracie to laugh. Edits? Yes, I'm excited for edits. I would love edits. Editos. Me gusto editos. Where was I? Yes. There was nothing. At least, that was my first impression. But at the second glance, however, I perceived that there was a man standing on the Southampton Road, a small bearded man with a gray suit, looking at my direction. The road is an important highway, and there are usually people there. But this man was leaning against the railings bordering our field and looking earnestly up. I lowered my handkerchief and glanced at Mrs. Rucastle to find her eyes fixed upon me with the most searching of gazes. She said nothing, but I'm convinced she had divined that I had a mirror in my hand and saw what was behind me. She rose at once. "Jeffro, there's an impertinent fellow on the road here who stares up at Miss Hunter. No friend of yours, Miss Hunter?" "Oh, no, I do not know these parts." "Dear me, how very impertinent. Kindly turn round and motion him to go away. Surely it would be better to take no notice. No, no, we should have him loitering here always." "We should?" "We should not. Kindly turn around and wave him away like that." Well, I did as I was told, and at the same instant Mrs. Rucastle drew down the blind. That was a week ago, and from that time I have not sat at the window, nor have I worn the blue dress, nor seen the man in the road. Pray continue, your narrative promises to be an interesting one. Dog? It's a dog. Hello. Hi. Oh, I love the little cozy emote. It's so cute. Oh. Okay. Sorry. We're getting to the good part. I'll stop. You will find it rather disconcerting, I fear. There may prove to be little relation between the different instances. Oh, is that a love emote? Oh, it is. Oh, it's so tiny. The little... Oh, I want to pinch the little ears. My dog Cinder has huge ears. I always flop them around. They're so big. I love them. Where was I? Oh, yes. You will find it rather disconcerting, I fear, and there may prove to be little relation between the different incidences with which I speak. Oh, the very first day that I was at the Copper Beeches, Mr. Rucastle took me down to the small outhouse which stands near the kitchen door. As we approached, I heard the sharp rattling of a chain and the sound of a large animal moving about. My baby. My little Sindor. Look in here. Is he not a beauty? I looked and was conscious of two glowing eyes. A vague figure huddled in the darkness. Oh, don't be frightened. It's only Carlo. My mastiff. I call him mine, but really, old Toller, my groom. My groom? Groomsman? Oh, like the groundskeeper. I see. Is the only man who can do anything with him. We feed him once a day, not too much then, so that he's always as keen as mustard. Toller lets him loose every night, and God help the trespasser whom he lays his fangs upon. For goodness sake, don't you ever, upon any pretext, set your foot over that threshold at night. It's as much as your life is worth. The warning was not an idle one, for 2 nights later I happened to look through my bedroom door at around 2 in the morning. It was a beautiful moonlit night, and the lawn in the front of the house was silvered over, and almost as bright as day. I was standing wrapped in the beautiful scene when I was aware of something moving under the shadow of the copper beeches. As it emerged into the moonshine, I saw what it was. The giant dog, large as a cat, tawny tinted, hanging jowl, black muzzle, huge bones, protruding from its body. Oh, so he's bony, because they don't feed him. Animal abuse, I tell you, animal abuse. Kill him. Hang him. He walked across the lawn and vanished into the shadow on the other side. That dreadful sentinel sent a chill down my very heart, which I do not think any burglar could have done. Sorry, I think I hit the mic. Mwah, my bad. And now I have a very strange experience to tell you. I had, as you know, cut off my hair in London, and I placed it in a great coil at the bottom of my trunk. One evening, as the child was in bed, I began to amuse myself by examining the furniture of my room, rearranging my own things. There was an old chest of drawers in the room, the 2 upper ones empty and open, the lower one locked. I had filled the first 2 with my linen, and as I had still much to pack, I was naturally annoyed at not having use of the 3rd drawer. It struck me. What? Oh, it struck me that it might have been fastened by a mere oversight, so I took out my bunch of keys and tried to open it. The very first key fit to perfection, and I drew open the drawer. There was one thing in it, and one thing alone, but I'm sure that you would never guess what it was. It was my coil of hair. I know, poor baby. I took it up and examined it. It was of the same peculiar tint and thickness, but then the impossibility of the thing obstructed itself upon me. How could my hair have been locked in this drawer? With trembling hands, I undid my trunk, turned over the contents, drew out the bottom. I laid the 2 tresses together, and I assure you they were identical. Was it not extraordinary? Puzzled as I couldn't make anything of it. I returned the strange hair to the drawer, and I said nothing of the matter to the Rucastles. Oh, thanks.
Another one.
Aw, thanks. You guys are so sweet. Make me eat? Well, here, I'll take a bite of my gummy worm. But I'll get away from the mic. I don't want you guys to hear my, you know. Oh, is it too loud? Can someone do an alert really quick? Any alert? Gummy worms. Been ages since I had those. Yeah, I went to the bookstore, and the bookstore had a candy shop next door, so I grabbed some. I didn't buy any books though. We just went with Setheroni.
Yeehaw!
Yeehaw! Oh, that is kind of loud. I'm sorry. Here, I'll turn that down. Maybe there? As one said, marinated mealworms. I'm gonna eat one more gummy worm. Oh my god!
Thanks.
Oh,
I'm glad you came along.
well, I do want that one to be a little louder.
Partner.
That's so cute. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. Our little republic. Alright, we're done. Time for me to be a cowboy, baby. Okay. Where's my timer? Timer. Propelides. Start. Okay, estamos listos. Where in the world am I? Right, okay. I am naturally observant, as you may have remarked, Mr. Holmes, and soon I had a pretty good plan of the whole house in my head. But there is one thing, however, which appeared to not be inhabited at all. A door which faced that which led to the quarters of Tollers opened into this suite, but it was invariably locked. One day, however, as his One day, however, as I ascended the stairs, I met Mr. Rucastle. He came out through this door, key in hand, a look upon his face which made him a very different person indeed from the jovial man which I was accustomed to. Oh, he's scary. Girl, you better run. Take the $50 you got in 50 pounds you got and run. His cheeks were red, his brow was wrinkled in anger, and the veins stood out of his temples with passion. He locked the door and hurried past me without a single word or look. Obviously, this aroused my curiosity. So, when I went out for a walk on the grounds with my charge, I strolled round to the side with which I could see the windows of the part of the house. There were 4 of them in a row, 3 of which were simply dirty, while the 4th was shuttered all closed. They were evidently all deserted. As I strolled up and down, glancing at them occasionally, Mr. Rucastle came out to me, looking merrily and jovial as all ever. 22nd century. There's a show? I already know about Elementary. Oh, speaking of, right, I don't know if Raven's still here, but girl, I was able to pick up the Elementary stories. I'm so excited, I can't wait to watch them. Oh, you must not think me rude if I passed you without a word, my dear young lady. I was preoccupied with business matters. I assured him that I was not offended. By the way, I said, you seem to have quite a suit of spare rooms up there. One of them has shutters up. He looked surprised and, as it seemed to me, a little startled. Photography is one of my hobbies. I have made my dark room up there, but dear me, what an observant young lady we have upon here. Who would have believed it? Who would have ever believed it? He spoke jest in me, but there was no jest in his eyes as he looked at me. I read real suspicion and annoyance in them eyes, but no jesting. No jesting. No jesting. Ooh. Oh, he got frozen in time. Is it? Ooh. I'm so excited. I can't wait to watch them both. I'm gonna write that down. 22nd century Sherlock Holmes. Okay. 22nd Sherlock. There we go. Thank you. Where was I? Oh yeah, this man getting scary. Well, Mr. Holmes, from the moment I understood that there was something about that suite of rooms which I was not to know, I was all on fire to go over them. It was not mere coincidence, though, that I have my share of that. No curiosity. It was but a feeling of duty. A feeling that something good might come from my presence at that place. They talk of woman's instinct, and perhaps it was that woman's instinct which gave me that feeling. Well, at any rate, it was there, and I was keenly on the lookout for any chance to pass the forbidden door. It was only yesterday that I had the chance to come. I may tell you that, besides Mr. Rucastle, both Toller and his wife find something to do in these deserted rooms. And I once saw him carrying a large black linen bag with him through the door. Girl, that's a body. Run. It's a body. Run. Theme song is fire. Heck yeah. Recently, we have been drinking hard, and yesterday evening he was very drunk, and when I had no doubt at all that he left it in there. Mr. and Mrs. Rucastle were both downstairs, and the child was with them, so I had an admirable opportunity. I turned the key gently in the lock, opened the door, and slipped through. Mr. Holmes, there is a little passage in front of me, unpampered, uncarpeted, turning at right angles at the farthest of ends. Round that corner were 3 doors in a line, the first and third of which were open. They each led into an empty, dusty, cheerless room with only 2 windows in one and one in the other, so thick with dirt that the evening light glimmered dimly through the window. It's on Tubi? Oh, thank you. A capital D down bad. Oh, ooh, oh, oh. Capital D. I'm frozen. Why? Oh, 'cause I started looking at Google. I will look at the design later, Justin. I don't want to make my computer mad at me. There was a little passage in front of me, unpampered and uncarpeted. Oh, we already read that. Okay, so the center door was closed, and across the outside of it had been fastened to one of the broad bars of an iron bed, padlocked at one end to a ring in the wall, fastened at the other with stout cord. Girl, he got a dungeon. The door itself was locked as well. The key was not there. The barricaded door corresponded clearly with the shuttered window outside, and yet I could not see by the glimmer from beneath that in that room there was not darkness. Evidently there was a skylight which let the light in from above. As I stood in the passage, gazing at the sinister door and wondering what secret it might veil, I suddenly heard the sound of steps within the room, and saw a shadow pass backward and forth against the little slit in the dim light with which shone upon the door. A mad, unreasoning terror rose up in me at the sight, Mr. Holmes. My overstrung nerves failed me, and suddenly I turned and ran as though some dreadful hand were beneath me, behind me, clutching at the skirt of my dress. Oh Lord, she running. I cannot wait to be. Actually, you know what? I want to see this down bad Sherlock Holmes. 1 second. Google.com 22nd century Sherlock Holmes. It's an animated series. Images. Oh. 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 he you know, he kind of reminds me of Seth Aroni. Although he's missing like a ginger beard, but yeah. Okay. Thank you. He definitely has that golden ratio going on. I'll tell you. Whew. I mean, does he need a Mrs. Holmes? I mean, I you know. I'm just kidding. I can't get married twice. Somebody tell Pasta Man. He's an imposter. He's an imposter. I'm sorry. I know sometimes my jokes can be kind of impostable. I'm sorry. Back to the scary man in the house. So, it was you then. I thought it must be when I saw the door open. Oh wait, no, we missed a spot. I rushed down the passage through the door straight into the arms of Mr. Rucastle waiting for me outside the door. Oh, I was so frightened. My dear young lady, you cannot think how caressing and soothing his manner was. What has frightened you, my dear young lady? His voice was a little too coaxing. He'd overdid it. I was keenly on guard against him. I was foolish enough to go into the empty wing, but it's so lonely and eerie in this dim light, and I was frightened and I had to run out again. Oh, it was so dreadfully still in there. Only that? Why, what do you think? Why do you think that I locked the door? I'm sure that I do not know. It's to keep people out who have no business in there. Don't you see? He said, smiling in the most amiable of manners. I know, girl. Girl. Hannah, no! Throws a singular bit. No, I don't want it. Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to be a country cowboy. Silly! It's a silly! Hey! Hi! My mod went to bed. 1 second. Shout out.
I just want to say
Siwa, Spector.
thanks. I'm glad you came along. Partner.
Partner. Hi, Orpheus. Did I spell it right? Yes. Siwa. I almost put a W for Siwa. That's crazy. Please give Siwa a follow. They're amazing. They're hilarious. You're just in time. We just went into a spooky, scary room. Okay. Oh, I almost forgot. Did you guys... Thank you, Lazy. Oh. Positively frightening. But yeah, did you guys enjoy May's anniversary stream? It was wonderful. I loved it. I stayed until I think I fell asleep around the second raid, but of course I laughed that. I love dad jokes. I love pasta jokes especially. I love pasta so much I married it. Actually, wait, y'all can actually wait 1 second. Let me show you my room. You see? Do you see? I love pasta so much. I have it up on my wall. Oh! You also can't see my puppy. My puppy dog is behind chat. 1 second. I'm gonna get rid of you guys for just a second. He's my puppy. He's my puppy girl. My little Sindor. She is a good girl. She's a good girl and I love her. But welcome, Raiders. I know. Oh, it's Lottie! Lottie! You love the macaroni calendar? Yes. It is my Setharoni, my pasta man. Okay, before I forget. How do I... I'm gonna shout out Lori too. Shout out Lori. Can I spell this right? No, that's a 52. Come on, Grandma. Chat? Yay! But yes, of course, before I forget, Siwa, Wawa, if you need to go to bed, absolutely go to bed. You might be tired. It's already 9 over here, so I can't imagine what time it is for you over there. You are welcome. We're reading Sherlock Holmes. And any other raiders like Lori, I know you. If you're tired, you can skedaddle too. Just you guys visiting is more than enough. Thank you for coming to Grandma's house. I'm gonna drink some water and we're gonna get back to reading Sherlock Holmes. A lady just went into a dark room. And there was like a bunch of barricades and stuff in front of it, and she saw a person like pacing back and forth inside the room, and she was so dreadfully scared that she ran as though some dreadful hand were behind her, clutching at her skirt. She rushed down the passage, through the door, straight into the arms of the house owner, Mr. Rucastle, waiting for her outside. So, he said, smiling, "It was you then. I thought it must be you when you opened the door." When I saw the open door... "Oh, I am so frightened," I panted. "Oh, my dear young lady, my dear, dear young lady." You cannot possibly think how caressing and soothing that voice was. "What has frightened you, my dear, dear young thing?" But that's just it, Mr. Holmes. His voice was a little too coaxing. He had overdone it. I was keenly on guard against him. "I was foolish enough to go into the empty wing, but it is so lonely and eerie in the dim light. Oh, I was frightened. I had to rush out. It is so dreadfully still in there." "Only that? Why, what do you think?" Why do you think that I locked the door? I'm sure that I do not know. Sorry, I'm getting over being sick, so I'm gonna cough a lot. Okay. It is to keep people out who have no business there. Do you see? I am sure if I had known... Well then, you know now. And if you ever put your foot over that threshold again... Here in an instant, the smile hardened into a grin of feral rage, and he glared down at me with the face of a demon. I'll throw you down to the mastiff. Keep in mind his mastiff is like huge. He doesn't feed it. He's an animal abuser at bare minimum. Maybe a kidnapper and a murderer. She also found hair that looks just like hers, but it's not hers. Like it's hair that looks like hers, but he couldn't have gotten her hair because she had her hair. But it's like a thick, like he ordered her to cut her hair short, and she was like, fine, whatever, I'm getting paid a lot. But like it's creepy. Bye, Raven. Oyas minasai, buenas noches, bon nuit, good night, annyeong. I hope you have a good night. I hope you rest well. Goodbye, my little waffle. Oh, Mr. Holmes, I was so terrified that I didn't know what to do. I suppose that I must have rushed past him into my room. I remembered nothing until I found myself lying on my bed, trembling all over with fright. At that very moment, I thought of you. In bed. Sorry. Girl, get it together. Gracie, come on now. She's scared. This isn't the time. This is not the time. Oh, we're about to have an ad. If any of you guys would like to skip the ad, then hot take, but this guy's giving red flag or two. Honestly, Kenem, he's giving like a red flag or two. You know, maybe 2, maybe 3. Also, I will say thank you for the 1 bit. You can give me 1 bit. I will accept 1. 1. Only. I mean it. Okay. But at that very moment, I could think of nothing but you, Mr. Holmes. I couldn't live there longer without some advice, some consolation. I was frightened of the house, of the people, of the man, the woman, the servants, even the child. They were all horrible to me. If I could only bring you down along with me as well. I said 1. Who the fuck did that? Vixen! You were supposed to be doing ASMR. I'm supposed to use a nice voice. So I will nicely say, get the fuck out. Go away. No money. Your time is invaluable to me. Your money is temporary, but your time and your energy are more than enough. That is all I need. That is all I want. Please, no money. But also, I know at $100, 100 biddies gets the titties. I know what you guys. There you go. There you go. It's a little bit hidden from the book, but what? I said what? Who? Young lady. Vixen, don't make me take you out to the ball game. Oh no. I don't want a hype train. I don't want a hype train though. Come on. No. I have a job. I have money. I'm a grandma. I'm supposed to be giving you guys things. Your time is enough. One of you is a commissioner right now. I'm giving you art. I don't need your money too. Come on now. Oh? We are not singing right now. You do not deserve singing. No singing. I'm angry. Angry grandma, angry. I can't believe you. You rapscallions. Wait, huh? I was speaking of Olive Garden. I love Olive Garden. It's an avocado. Thanks. I appreciate you, Kenem and Vixen. I do love you. I do love you lots. I'm just saying that I don't need your money. I have so much love and appreciation for you guys. You guys give me so much love and appreciation. You spend so much time with me. I don't need your money. It's okay. I don't. I promise. I'm gonna eat another gummy worm though. And we can't sing because we'll get in trouble. I don't have a DJ license. But if I can figure out how to if someone can figure out how to do karaoke still with the new everything, and you guys are willing to listen to my singing even though I'm still a little sick, then I will sing. Then I will sing. We'll do the next stream will be a karaoke stream. I can. I used to have it. Oh. Someone said I can't do karaoke, that I'll get in trouble. They changed the Twitch laws. But I'm sure one of the big ones will figure something out. Too many people like to use this. Canon, we don't need more money. But I'll add you know what? I'll add minutes to the timer. How about that? Okay, so it's, I think we're at 15? Because that's 1, 2, 3, no, that's 4. So 20? There we go. You'll show me how to get it? Oh, thank you. You show me how to do that, and I'll show you how to use MediBang. It's a quid pro quo, baby. Tit for tat. Digi might know how to get one. Digi is our... Kenem, please stop. You're going to get us to level 2 hype train all on your own, and I don't need it. I really don't. It's okay. I have a job. I'm a teacher, so you know, it's not like $1 million, but like, I'm okay. I'm okay. But I'll go ahead and I'll add more minutes. Propedidas? There you go. Oh, I think that's an extra minute. I think I couldn't read. I think I got my 6s and 5s mixed up. I promise I'm not dyslexic. I don't know why that happens. I have to warn you, once you get it, the VODs and clips will be disabled. I'm not gonna risk it for the biscuit. I'll just put covers up on YouTube. We just won't do it live. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I don't want to get copyright stricken. And I don't want to get rid of my clips and VODs. I had to get it to an even number. Oh wait, it should be an even half hour. You're right, that's my bad. Let me fix that. There we go. Aggie. It's going to have to fund Pasta Man's Gourmet Pasta Adventure. No, we are not. We are not. Although, if you guys want me to make a video game where all of the characters are pasta, that sounds kind of fun. I'm kind of down for that. I'm kind of down for that. Okay. Boop. Back to reading. I am absolutely sick of that house. My mind was soon made up. I sent you a wire, put on my hat and cloak, went down to the office about half a mile from the house, and returned, feeling very much easier. But a horrible doubt came into my mind as I approached the door, lest the dog might be loose, but I remembered that Toller had been drunk himself into a state of insensibility that evening. I knew he was the only one in the household who had any influence over that savage creature, or who would venture to set him free. I slipped in safely and laid awake half the night with my joy at the thought of seeing you. Girl, you sound bad. Good night. Oyasumi buenas noches, bonne nuit. Mwah. Sleep tight. I had no difficulty in getting leave to come into Winchester this morning, but I must be back by 3 o'clock, for Mr. and Mrs. Brewcastle are going on a visit. They're going to be away all evening, and I must look after the child. Now that I have told you all of my adventures, Mr. Holmes, I am so very... Sorry. Let me drink some water. Okay. Alright. And now that I have told you all of my adventures, Mr. Holmes, I should be very glad if you could tell me what all of this means, and above all, what I should do. Mr. Holmes and I listened spellbound at this extraordinary story. My friend rose now and paced up and down the room, hands in pockets, face expressionless. No. And his face an expression of the most profound gravity. Is Mr. Toller still drunk? Yes. I heard his wife tell Mrs. Rucastle she could do nothing with him today. That's well. And the Rucastles go out tonight? Yes. Is there a cellar with a good strong lock? Yes, the wine cellar. You seem to me to have acted all through this matter like a very brave and sensible girl. Do you think that you could perform one more feat for me? I should not ask it of you if you think that you cannot. If you did not, oh my god. I should not ask it of you if I did not think of you as quite the exceptional woman. Oh, I will try, Mr. Holmes. What is it? We shall be at the Copper Beeches by 7 o'clock, my friend and I. The Rucastles will be gone, and Toller I hope, will be incapable. There only remains Mrs. Toller, who might give some alarm. If you could send her into the cellar on some errand and turn the key upon her, you would facilitate matters immensely. I will do it. It's an early 2D CGI hybrid. Ooh. Is it because it's a sci-fi? A sci-fi? Absolutely excellent, Mrs. She's not married. Miss Hunter. We shall then look thoroughly into the affair. Of course, there's only one feasible explanation. You've been brought here to impersonate someone, and the real person is imprisoned in this chamber. That's obvious. As to who the prisoner is, I have no doubt that it is the daughter, Miss Alice Rucastle, if I remember right, who is said to have gone to America. You were chosen doubtless to resemble her in height, figure, and color of your hair. Hers had been cut off, very possibly due to some illness that she has passed through, and so of course yours has to be sacrificed also. By a curious dance you came upon her tresses. The man in the road was undoubtedly some friend of hers, possibly fiancé, and no doubt, as you wore the girl's dress and were so like her, he was convinced that your laughter, whenever he saw you, afterwards from your gesture, that Mrs. Rucastle was perfectly happy that she no longer desired his attentions. The dog is let loose at night to prevent him from endeavoring to communicate with her, so this is a fairly clear. The serious point in the case is the disposition of the child. Yay! This girl is going to get in some really bad situation. I know, I'm so scared. Oh, my dear Watson, you are a medical man, and continually gaining light as to the tendencies of a child by the study of the parents. Don't you see that the converse is equally valid? I frequently gained my first real insight of the character of parents by studying the children. The child's disposition, the child's, yes, absolutely. It's called foreshadowing. Well, it's also called, you called it 22nd century, and we're in the 21st century. So I was like, oh, it's gotta be, it's gotta be Futurama. Okay. The child's disposition is quite abnormal and cruel, merely for cruelty's sake. Oh yeah, you guys, I don't know if any raiders know about this, but he just like kills birds and small mice for like fun. Very creepy. As I suspect, he gets this from his smiling father, or perhaps from his mother. It bodes evil for the poor girl who is in their power. I'm sure that you're right, Mr. Holmes. 1,000 things come to me at which make me certain that you have hit it on the head. Oh? Oh? Uh-oh. Am I... Okay. I I don't know what that was. Okay. Yes. Oh, let us not lose an instant. No, let us not lose a moment. You must what? Okay, let me read this again. Oh, let us not lose a moment. Bring help to this poor creature this instant. Okay. Very odd. We must be away, and as quick as our word. It was just 7 when we reached the Copper Beaches. Having put up the trap at a wayside public house, the group of trees with their dark leaves shining like burnished metal in the light of the setting sun, they were sufficient to mark the house, even had Miss Hunter, she's a lady, not a wife, was not standing smiling at the doorstep. Have you managed it? A loud thudding noise came from somewhere downstairs. That's Mrs. Toller in the cellar. Her husband lies snoring on the kitchen rug. Here's his keys, which are the duplicates of Mr. Rucastle's. You have done very well indeed. Now lead the way, and we shall soon see the end of this black business. Miss Hunter had described just so, for as they passed the stairs, unlocked the door, and followed down the right-way passage, they found themselves in front of the barricade. Mr. Holmes cut the cord and removed the transverse bar. He tried the various keys in the lock, but without success. No sound came from within, and the silence on Mr. Holmes' face clouded over. I trust that we are not too late. I think, Miss Hunter, that we had better go in without you. Mr. Watson, put your shoulder to it, and we shall see whether we cannot make our way in. It was quite an old and rickety door, and it gave at once beneath their united strength. Together they rushed into the room, but it was empty. There was no furniture, save a little pallet bed, a small table, a basket full of linen. The skylight above was open. The prisoner was gone. There has been some villainy here. This beauty has guessed Miss Hunter's intentions and carried the victim off. Oh, but how? Through the skylight. We'll soon see how he managed it. Ah, yes, here's the end of a long, light ladder against the eaves. That's how he did it. But it's impossible. The ladder was not there when Mr. Rucastle went away. He must have come back and done it. I tell you, he's a clever and dangerous man. I should not very much be surprised if this were he who stepped by here upon the stair. I think, Watson, it would be as well for you to have your pistol ready. Okay. The words were hardly out of his mouth before a man appeared at the door of the room, fat and burly, with a heavy stick in his hand. Miss Hunter screamed and struck against the wall at the sight of him. But Mr. Holmes sprang forward and confronted the man. You villain, where's your daughter? The man's eyes cast round and then up at the open skylight. It is for me that you ask that, you thieves, spies and thieves. I've caught you, haven't I? You're in my power. I'll serve you. He yelled, clattering down the stairs as hard as he could go. He's gone for the dog. I have my revolver. Better close the front door. When they all rushed down the stairs, hardly reaching the hall, where they heard the baying of a hound and a scream of agony, a horrible worrying sound with which was dreadful to listen to. Oh, the elderly man with the red face, shaking limbs, came staggering out to a side door. My God, someone's loosened the dog. It's not been fed for 2 days. Quick, quick, it'll be too late. They rushed out and round the angle of the house with Toller hurrying beside them. Oh my God, this child abuse, animal abuse. This man, kidnapping, neglect, starvation. He's a bad man, bad man. Bad mans get the stick. Hang him. Off with his head. Oh my goodness. But there, the huge famished brute, its black muzzle buried into Rucastle's throat. He was writhing and screaming upon the ground. Good. Let him die. It's his fault. Running up, he blew the... Oh, I'm not gonna read that. Running up, he slayed the dog, and it fell over, keen white teeth meeting the creases of his neck still. With much labor, they separated them and carried Mr. Rucastle, living but horribly mangled, into the house. We laid him upon the drawing-room sofa, having dispatched the sober Toller to bear the news to his wife. and I did what I could to relieve his pain. We were assembled round him when the door opened and a tall, gaunt woman entered the room. Mrs. Toller. Yes, Miss Hunter. Mr. Rucastle let me know that he came back before he went up to you. Oh, miss, it is a pity that you didn't let me know what you were planning, for I would have told you that your pains were wasted. Ha! It is clear that Mrs. Toller knows about this matter more than anyone else. Let him die. Yeah, let him die. He's an animal abuser. What do you want me to say? He hurts animals, and his daughter, and he's not helping his child not become a serial killer. He's not a good man. Let him die. It's the consequences of his actions.
I just wanted to say...
Gororama?
Thanks.
Gororama!
I'm glad you came along.
Wait.
Partner.
Why? Ow. I know I'm not as cute as Kurama, or the Gobi, or the Nanbi, or I forgot the other one. The Juvie? I think the Juvie is all of them together. Yeah, the big tree, big scary tree. Grr. Where was I? Oh yeah. Huh. It is clear that Mrs. Toller knows more about this matter than anyone else. I do, sir, and I am ready enough to tell you that I know. Pray sit down and let us hear it for all the several points in which I must confess I'm still quite in the dark about. Hi there. Oh, Siwa! Oh, thanks. Wawa is so wonderful. I'm glad you guys had a good time. Well, Mrs. Teller says that she has done so before and she could have gone out from the cellar. If there's police court business over this, you'll remember that I was the one that stood your friend and that I was Miss Alice's friend too. She was never happy at home, Miss Alice. From the very... Oh, Miss Alice is the daughter that was locked up. From the time that her father was married, she was slighted like and had no say in the matter. But she never really became bad until after she had found Mr. Fowler at a friend's house. As well as I could learn, Miss Alice had rights to her own but will, and she was so quiet and patient she was that she never said a word about them. She just left everything in Mr. Rucastle's hands. He knew he was safe with her, but when there was a chance of a husband coming forward, who would ask for all that the law would give him? And then her father thought it was time to put a stop to it. He wanted her to sign a paper so that whether she was married or not, he could still use her money. She wouldn't do it, and so he kept on worrying her until she got brain fever, and for 6 weeks she was at death's door. She got better at last, all worn to a shade, and her beautiful hair cut off, but that didn't change her in the young man's eyes. He still struck her as true as any man could. Oh, I think that's what might have been good enough to tell us the matter fairly clear. And that I can do so all that remains. Mr. Rucastle, I presume, took the system to the system of imprisonment. Why, yes, sir. And he brought Miss Hunter down from London in order to get rid of the disagreeable persistence of Mr. Fowler. That is true, sir. But Mr. Fowler, being a persevering man and a good seaman, as any good seaman should be, blockaded the house, having met you, succeeded by certain arguments, metallic or otherwise, in convincing you that your interests were the same as his. He threatened her, the sweet old lady. I say sweet, she's mean. The mean old lady. Aw. I don't like this man. Okay. Where was I? Where? Yes, okay. Well, you see, Mr. Fowler was a very kind-spoken, free-handed gentleman, and in this way he made good that any good man should, to not want of drink, and a ladder should be ready at the moment when your master had gone out. You have it, sir, just as it happened. I'm sure we owe you an apology, Mrs. Teller, for you have clearly cleared up everything with which puzzles us. And here comes the county surgeon and Mrs. Rucastle, so I think, Watson, we had best escort Miss Hunter back to Winchester, as it seems that our locus standi now stands as a questionable one. And thus was solved the mystery of the sinister house with the copper beeches in front of the door. Mr. Rooscastle survived, but was always a broken man, kept alive solely through the care of his devoted wife. Oh, they still live in their old servants' quarters, who probably know much of Rucastle's past life, as he finds it difficult to part with them. Mr. Fuller and Miss Rucastle were married by special license in the Southampton part of the day in their flight, and he's now the holder of a government appointment in the island of Mauritius. And as to Miss Violet Hunter, my dear friend Holmes, rather to my disappointment, manifested no further interest in her when once she had ceased to be the center of one of his queries, and she now heads the private school at Walsall, where I believe she has been met with considerable success. The end. We are reading Sherlock Holmes. It was wonderful. More of the story: feed your dog. Feed your dog. Do not kill your dog. Do not hurt. Do not kidnap your daughter. Don't. What else? Oh my lord. So many things. So many dangerous things. How? I'm trying to remember them all. I'm not certain of everything, but I will take suggestions for anyone we want to raid into. Oh, Orion! Orion! Oh, and, oh, okay, do you guys want to watch Astrobot? Or watch Ratchet and Clank? Or, yeah. What if we raided into AJ? Is AJ streaming? Oh, AJ is streaming. New season, same squad, same problems. We could. But I don't usually get to raid into Ryan. He's usually too tired. Oh my god. That's quite the thumbnail, young lady. Oh.
I just wanted to say...
Oh, thank you, Angel.
Thanks.
You're so...
I'm glad you came along. Partner.
But yes, okay. So we could, but he's playing Astrobot. And he's been... Oh, I really want to watch him play. We're gonna do it. I'm gonna eat and watch him play Astrobot and watch my Seth the Roni play Astrobot. Because he doesn't usually stream on the same day as me. I want to give him love and affection. Okay. Before I forget, thank you guys for watching. Remember that we're here for a short time. Let's make it a fun time. I am Grandma Gracie. We stream every Thursday and Saturday. I just was feeling a little under the weather yesterday, and it was also Maybay's 1-year anniversary, and Orion was here for that last night too. So we're gonna go give him some extra love. Please, please, please give him lots of love. He's amazing, very fun. Him and the Astro Boys are really cool. It sounds like a plan. Sounds like a plan. I will see you guys on Thursday. If I can't figure out how to do a singing thing, then I will take suggestions on Twitter. For a game. I have Spyro. We could do Spyro. I really like Spyro. I really, really like Spyro. But yes, we are gonna raid. I love you guys. Good night.